Good morning, my name is David Chadwick. I'm the Quality Manager for Last Minute Care and Nursing. And this is a very brief refresher presentation about the importance of recording. First of all, why record? Why use this and why are these logs so important? Well, the first one is you do a lot of good work with people. You work hard, you work consistently. You work for an agency that says to the public and to the people we support, we are there for you, we are different because we care, and we demonstrate that by the quality of the work we do. You do a lot. I hear so many times about the things that people are doing in the community, but if you don't write it down, nobody knows. And when we go to reviews and when we stand before care managers and they say, tell us all the good things that you're doing for that person and how you're transforming their life, we'd say, well, we've no written record to prove it, but we think it's all going wonderfully. It doesn't work, and you're not doing yourselves any favours for all the work and the good work that you're putting in. So a very good reason. Remember the old adage, if it's not recorded, it's like it didn't happen. Second reason for using this and for doing proper recording is that it is a legal log. Under the Care Act, you have a legal responsibility to record what happens. Now, we have several. You know, and a bit hard to show with the glare of the light, but you have the quick logs here, and we also have the to-do logs, which are very specific, and they ask you very specifically at handover and at the end of your shifts to give a bit of feedback every day about a particular aspect of the person's needs. So, if I'm at risk of falling, I'm going to be at risk of falling every day. And therefore, I want to know and I want to see recorded what staff are doing every day to try and reduce my risk of falling and to make me have a safer, happier day. So if there's no logs for 2 or 3 days, what was happening? Was nobody taking any interest? Were things happening that were bad practice? Were things happening that were superb and they just were not put down? Why weren't they put down? And if there's ever an incident and there's no recording and you were on shift, you're leaving yourself responsible for not recording when you know that recording is an essential item of your job. So use quick logs. There they are. You know, you've seen the video, and there is a training video that we have on how to use the iPad. The quick logs are there to make recording easier, but don't just press in, done. For example, had a cup of tea, the number of millilitres finished. Say what the drink was. Say, did the person enjoy it? Say how you maybe supported that person to if they've got a swallowing difficulty and so on. We need as much detail, even on a quick log, as you can put in. The to-dos are very specific. They say to you at the end of your shift, here is a risk the person has, let's say falls. What have you done during your shift to help that person mitigate against the risk of falls, reduce that risk on a day-to-day basis? So what we want to see is we want to see detail. What did you actually do during your shift, during those 8 odd hours, to try and make sure that that person was not at risk of falls or swallowing or whatever the risk is? If there's ever an incident then, which does happen, let's face it, if there's ever an incident, we're showing how we're learning, how we're recording, how we're making sure that our recordings are backing up the good practice and the good work we are doing. People say, I don't know what else to write. Just think about it. Think about what you've just done. Do it regularly, every half hour, every hour. Just think, I've seen this. What can I say about that? How can I add a little bit of detail? If you just put done, you've actually told me nothing except that there was a risk and you've done something about it. If you're giving someone their breakfast, say what it was like. What consistency did you do it to? What did they have for breakfast? Did they like it? Did they not like it? Did they leave anything? Did they pull a face if they can't tell you verbally? All that information helps your colleagues that follow you onto the next shift get the right information and do their job more effectively. And finally, you have a major opportunity at the end of each day, and we expect to see a handover log, because you're telling the next staff team, this is what to look out for, this is what's happened, this is what we've been doing all day. Now, one final piece of feedback is that people say, well, I don't use the iPad enough because the people I support don't like photographs being taken of them. And I would say to that, you don't need to do everything where you're taking the photograph of the person. Get them to take it with you. Most people, you together can focus the iPad on something that they're doing. Get them to press the button. Get them to have some sense of control over what's being done and what's being recorded. Enjoy recording. This is your job, and this is part of your legal responsibility as a support worker. Work with that person to give them the best day and demonstrate how you're giving them the best day. Thank you for watching.